Latino Mixx. Dale play a tu bocina.
Happy Sunday, everybody. We continue here on Latino Mixx Radio, la mezcla de variedad. Tenemos un artista especial hoy en día. Se llama Bryan Sensation, la nueva sensación de bachata. How you doing, Bryan?
Todo bien, gracias. Un placer y gracias por la oportunidad.
Gracias por venir aquí. Vamos a comenzar. ¿Qué te inspiró a cantar bachata?
Realmente, de chamaquito, uno siempre en la casa, escuchando a su mamá, limpiando y cocinando. Siempre tiraban su bachatica. Y ahí realmente fue que me nació el interés para este género.
What was it about bachata that sparked your interest? Like, what special thing did bachata have that made you want dedicate your a career to bachata?
Yo creo que el sentimiento y la música con sentido.
La guitarra.
La guitarra y la composición en sí, porque es un género que tú realmente tienes que sentarte a pensar qué es lo que tú escribí en un papel. No como muchos géneros, sin faltar de respeto al género urbano, que mayormente puede ser lo que sea y por el ritmo pegajoso puede pegar.
Exactamente.
Pero con la bachata, la composición realmente importa.
Do you feel like bachata grows as you get older? Like you start to understand the lyrics more?
From a personal point of view, yes, because obviously, growing up, as you grow up, your vocabulary expands. You start understanding a lot of lyrics, which, by the way, a lot of bachata songs have lo que le dicen letras de doble sentido.
Yeah.
Y hay cosas que si tú no expandes tu vocabulario, tú no vas a entender qué es lo que ellos dicen en la canción.
Okay. What is the name of your song that you're promoting now?
We're going to release a song called No Tendrás Mi Atención, coming soon on all digital platforms. Been working very hard on this song, day and night, literally, like hours and hours in the studio, fixing lyrics, adding, taking stuff away. But it's been a great project so far.
That's great. Early when you were about a teenager, wasn't it a little bit more difficult to accept bachata, to make it public that you were a fan of bachata? Because bachata wasn't necessarily cool during your younger years because the bachata artists were a lot older. Before Aventura came
Are you saying specifically like in the Dominican Republic?
In the Dominican Republic and here in the United States as well.
You see, for me, I never experienced that. To me, bachata was always something that was part of the family events, part of, all the baby showers, road trips. We're listening to bachata, the whole road trip. So I didn't experience that. I have heard that was the case, but it wasn't the case for me specifically.
It took me a while to get into bachata. I was more into hip hop.
Okay.
But bachata kind of gave me confidence when I went to the parties. The words, the melody, I wanted to relate and like share that confidence with the ladies that I was dancing with.
Yeah, for
sure. Who were your inspirations in bachata when you first became a fan?
Well, when I was quite young, I was listening a lot to what my mom was listening to, which was mainly a lot of Anthony Santos, a lot of Luis Vargas, a lot of Raulín, people like that. And then as I got older, I started listening to a lot of Aventura, which is probably one of my biggest inspirations.
Aventura first came out with that urban bachata spark, and then there were artists like Luisaidas, Extreme, which made urban bachata a lot more popular, and it had its little buzz before. What do you think new bachata artists need to do now to bring that buzz back that bachata once had with the urban bachata scene?
It's simple. You need to maintain the essence. You can't go too urban because...
So do you think they had a little of an essence from the original bachata, from what they considered their urban bachata?
I think if they would have maintained the essence, they still would have been making music nowadays, and they still would have been, popular. Not that they're not making music, not that they're not making money off of this. It's just because they didn't maintain the essence, they wanted to go too urban. And, perfect example, when, you're a DJ, so you might know yourself that when we're in clubs, people really react to the classic bachata.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm not saying, yo no te estoy diciendo que no podemos evolucionar con la música. Es muy necesario. Pero lo que sí estoy diciendo es que tenemos que mantener la esencia.
It's a little bit difficult to maintain the essence when bachata isn't a genre where it's sampled, such as hip-hop, R&B. Bachata, I hear, is an expensive genre to make. Bachata is extremely expensive to make. You need a lot of instruments, which include which ones? So you can familiarize myself with them.
No, lleva guitarra, bongo, guira, bajo. Ya uno le puede agregar diferentes instrumentos. Que por eso te digo, sí, es muy posible mantener la esencia. Because you're saying it's recorded with many instruments, but just like it's recorded with many instruments, those other extra instruments that are added, we just simply don't need to add them to maintain the essence.
I got you. That's cool. So being that was said, that bachata is a little bit expensive to make, you kind of have an inspirational story on how you're recording your music and how you're able to continue to pursue your bachata career. Now, tell us a little bit about how you're doing that.
So, I've recorded many songs in the past, maybe 2010, 2011. I recorded a few songs. And even recently, in the past few years, I recorded a few songs. And now, I'm happy to say that I'm able to do it in my own studio. I feel much more comfortable. I have the freedom to say and do whatever I feel without feeling like, maybe the producer thinks this is whack or the people around think it's corny. Because I really feel that for you to create music, you need to just feel free. You need to feel super comfortable in the atmosphere that you're in.
That's right.
So now, in the last, I would like to say year or so, I opened up my own business. It's a smoke shop. And, I thought I can invest into this business and keep making money to then invest into the music, or I can just simply invest into the music and take the risk. So I thought, the smartest way I was open the smoke shop is a business that doesn't fail, just like liquor stores. So when I got the location for the smoke shop, I got it with a huge basement, super dope. And right there, we've made already our own recording studio, rehearsal space, and also a podcast that we're working on.
Nice. What is the name of the podcast?
The podcast is a surprise. You got to go to my Instagram, Bryan Sensation.
Okay. I respect that. Do you want to sing a little bit of your new song? No tendrás mi atención. Wait a minute. Tell me, is this inspired by a past relationship, or what is going on here? Is there just something that you came up with randomly, your friend's experience? How does that work?
Here's how I'm going to answer this for you. Almost 100% of my songs are because I lived it 100%.
Okay.
So it could be maybe not a relationship, but
you don't feel comfortable sharing the experience? You fear that she might be watching or something? What's going on?
No, tranquilo.
Tranquilo. ¿Por qué te ríes entonces?
No, tranquilo. Vamos a cantar.
He doesn't want to say.
Caliente esa vaina. Caliente esa vaina.
Share the story, boy. No tengas miedo.
Story. We're already
¿Lo
here.
digo?
Claro que
Dilo.
sí.
No se puede.
Tiene miedo el hombre.
Es un bobo. No, muchacho.
Ay.
Pero yo te voy a contar la historia ahora.
Dile.
Más o menos cuando lo cante. You ready? Ya se acabó. Yo que fui un idiota que luchó por tu amor. Si fuera por mí, te pudieras quemar en lo más profundo del infierno. Pero ya, no. Y yo no vuelvo a ser el tonto que por ti lo daba todo. Se acabó considerarte y entregarme Le haces daño a mi corazón. Pues sí, ese un pedacito de la canción, No tendrás mi atención.
I like it. I like it. It has lyrical content. You have a great guitar player here. Tell the people what his name is.
My boy Jerry Zeno, que no tan solo productor de este tema, sino es un artista que próximamente va a estar lanzando su propio contenido, su propio tema. Así que síganlo en Instagram, Jerry Zeno.
He's a very talented producer. Share a little bit about who you've worked with, like who have you performed with. They're big bachata artists.
Gracias al Señor he tenido la oportunidad to work with artists such as Elio Martínez, Monchi, José Manuel El Sultán, Jay Heights from Bachata Heights.
Yo estoy esperando a ver si se te va a olvidar el más importante. Sigue.
Sigue.
Con Carlos Rosé y recientemente nuevamente con Bryan Sensation aquí.
Conmigo no es. Conmigo no es, te falta uno.
¿Cuál es que me falta?
Chicho Severino.
No, pero ese no se puede faltar, el millonario. Claro.
El que sabe de bachata sabe. Pero yo le di el brillo para que la gente entienda el gran talento que tienen los dos. Tiene Bryan Sensation y el productor que tiene Bryan Sensation.
Realmente, yo sé que tú no me lo preguntaste, pero me nace decirlo. Esto de la bachata y la música en general, tú tienes que realmente amar esto. Y suena cliché porque lo dicen en muchas entrevistas.
Claro.
Pero para tú sentarte y grabar bachata y componer bachata, you need to really love this.
For sure, bro.
You need to really transmit that feeling to the person that's listening to it. Loco, te digo una vaina. Y suena como un lambón. Sí, señores, suena como un lambón.
Oye.
Yo soy súper fanático de Romeo. Súper. Ahí es que está mi influencia. Pero te digo una cosa.
Dime.
Cuando yo escucho la música de ese pana, yo siento lo que él está diciendo.
Claro, así que eso es la esencia de bachata.
Y si yo escucho una bachata y yo no siento ese feeling, ese sentimiento, eso no es bachata.
Claro que no.
Permiso por aquí. Tengo que interrumpir.
Un fanático de bachata apareció.
Oye, ¿qué artista, y tú puedes mencionar nombres,
Okay.
tú has escuchado una canción de bachata que tú dices, no, I can't feel it?
Si yo digo nombre, voy a poner un huevo. Si yo digo nombre...
Estamos para los ratings, loco. Estamos para los ratings.
Ay. Dilo, sin miedo.
No,
ya que tú nos contaste la historia de la novia.
Ahora te digo una cosa. Si ustedes me invitan para acá una próxima vez, vamos a dar todos los nombres.
Ok, te puedo invitar para el show de Dejar en el Bloque.
Epa.
Vamos a esto.
Ahí se pone...
Y ahí tú vas a soltar la sopa, ¿verdad que
Lo
sí?
que tú digas, eso es. Tengo que contratar la seguridad, pero eso no es nada. Está bien. Latino Mixx will cover that.
No, por eso estamos aquí. Soy un DJ que cree en la bachata y quiero que... I want it to relive. Like
Y que te lo agradezco realmente, la iniciativa de tú invitarnos aquí y ya que formamos parte de un género que es la bachata, que realmente, si somos honestos, no está en el gusto popular porque estamos en temporada urbana. Pero creo que es un género que nunca va a morir.
Nunca. Con el tiempo se pone mejor, igual que la salsa y mucha música que en verdad necesitan like live instruments.
Es que realmente esta música no es música desechable. Vemos como unos temas, unas canciones de bachata que salieron hace 20 años atrás por las redes sociales, por TikTok, vuelven y se pegan.
It's timeless because it takes a while for the younger generation to get it. And once they do, you know, they love it. That's what happened to me when I was younger. As a teenager, I liked it, but I started to love it when I became an adult because I started to understand it more. And with life experiences, you know, that's what makes
For
great
sure.
music.
And then, you know, don't get me wrong. You know, me being Dominican and Puerto Rican, I have a lot of influence on, you know, Puerto Rican influence, like a lot of reggaeton. Just like, you know, we hear a lot of dembow, we hear a lot of reggaeton. And I feel like I could be doing things with these other genres. I've done it. I feel like I'm pretty good at it. Pero la pasión que yo tengo por la bachata es algo inexplicable.
Yeah.
Y por eso yo me mantengo firme ahí.
For sure. I can't go without mentioning Aventura, and that's some of the stuff that they implemented in their music. They used hip-hop samples, but they turned it into guitars. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with being influenced by other music. and just curating what you love with your inspiration.
And I think
that's a great thing to have.
I think it opened a lot of people's eyes, you know, todas las fusiones que ellos hicieron con la bachata. Eso realmente marcó un antes y un después en este género, porque eso le dio como el okay, la libertad a la gente de decir, yo puedo inventar con este género.
Claro, yes.
Déjame ser libre, déjame hacer algo diferente. Porque hasta con la vestimenta, Aventura no vino ensacado a tocar su fiesta. They was like with a real New York flow, with a New York vibe.
They made it cool to like bachata.
Exactly.
Everybody else was older, you know.
Which I
They
love.
had an image of they from el campo y cosas así.
Porque tú te imaginas yo ensacado, mano, con 300 gente encima de mí y un sudor y una vaina. That was the best thing that they ever did, was pull up with some sneakers and some jeans to play a bachata show.
Yeah, I have a question for you right now. What makes you different from all the other artists in this genre?
I think that what makes me different is this. I don't look at what other people are doing in this genre as far as like upcoming artists,
Yeah.
which I respect. I want to make that clear. I respect all the upcoming artists, but I don't look at what other people are doing. Because I feel like once I start seeing what you're doing, I can start getting influenced by other people's music. And, you know, that's what I really try to avoid, is to have my music sound like other people's.
I get you what you're saying, but the question was, what makes you different from everybody else?
I mean, that's why I feel like I'm different, because I feel that my music doesn't sound like anybody else's music because I don't pay attention to other people's music.
So if you have a consumer que es bachatero o una muchacha que le gusta la bachata, ¿por qué ellas se van a enamorar de tu música?
Yo creo porque la letra mía, las composiciones mías son muy directas. No hay que ser muy inteligente para saber lo que yo estoy diciendo. Por ejemplo, en la canción mía, yo dije, si fuera por mí, te pudieras quemar en lo más profundo del infierno. That's very simple, that you need to burn in hell. Like, and anybody can relate to it. Uno lleno de odio, tú lo que quieres es que la persona, que tú no quieres saber de esa persona ya, vete al diablo, normal.
But you also said that one of the great things about bachata is that que tiene doble sentido.
Yo no dije eso. Yo dije que cuando yo pude seguir aumentando mi vocabulario, pude entender mucho de los dobles sentidos que tenía anteriormente. Pero sí, I feel like, you know, for example, Romeo is obviously the king. We get it. Pero también tiene un público que él no le puede llegar, porque hay muchas de las canciones que él tiene que hay mucha gente que no lo entienden. Porque there's a lot of terms con doble sentido o hasta el jerga dominicana 100% que no lo entiende mucha gente. But at the end of the day, he's the king. It's all good.
Está bien.
You working on your album?
So we have many songs. We have about 25 songs ready. I just honestly think that this is not the time to release an album. You know, we can see how a lot of artists drop albums y se pierden muchas canciones. Porque que la información entra y sale muy rápido y no tenemos tiempo para sentarnos a realmente escuchar cada canción de un álbum. Y yo creo que lo que le ha funcionado a los artistas urbanos es que ellos lanzan singles. They release singles y lo trabajan and that's just what's been working, you know, pretty much. And so I think I want to take that direction for the most part.
So you're going to work singles, you're going to work, you know, your visuals, your promotion, everything con un equipo de trabajo. ¿Qué dicen la gente de ti en la ciudad de Nueva York?
Bueno, yo tengo unos cuantos años que llevo tocando fiesta en vivo, ya mainly in the, you know, within the 5 boroughs. Y la aceptación ha sido muy buena realmente. Tengo una buena relaciones con muchos dueños de negocio. Gente que realmente aprecian el trabajo, porque sé que me aprecian el trabajo porque siempre mantienen el contacto conmigo, no tienen problema con pagarme para ir a su local, porque realmente ellos no necesitan realmente un artista nuevo, pero ellos confían en el trabajo de uno y uno siempre está a la disponibilidad.
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Before we get into your song, let's run through some comparisons, okay?
Okay.
Raulín o Anthony Santos?
Está difícil, man.
Suelta la sopa, loco. Suelta la vaina.
Está fuerte.
Raulín o quién más.
Tú sabes que los dos tienen un repertorio
Paulino,
muy
Anthony
amplio.
Santos.
¿Quién gana de esos dos?
Los dos tienen un repertorio muy amplio.
Elige uno. Esto es radio, loco. Estamos al tiempo. ¿Qué es lo que?
Vámonos con el Mayimbe, Anthony
El
Santos.
Majimbe, el papá, está bien. Zacarías o Frank Reyes.
Me fui con Zacarías.
Zacarías. Elvis Martínez o el chaval.
El chaval fue el primer bachatero de renombre que me dio una oportunidad de subir a una tarima y cantar con él 2 años consecutivamente.
Un aplauso por eso. Eso.
Gracias.
Saludos al chaval, hey.
Elvis Martínez, soy fanático de su música. Me voy con el chaval por eso, nada más por eso.
El chaval, saludos de nuevo. ¿Teodoro o Luis Vargas?
Uf. Respóndele ahí.
Ay, bobo. Teodoro Reyes o Luis Vargas. Me fui con Teodoro.
Ay.
Me fui con Teodoro.
¿Por qué?
Recuerda que yo dije el feeling.
Sí.
Eso es lo que me llama. Y tú, cuando te fuiste, tú me dijiste que volvería al otro día. That shit makes me want to kill myself. Are you kidding me?
There
Like,
you go.
hell yeah.
Can you sing a cover?
Yeah. Vamos a cantar una vainita.
Perfect. Let me just get into this last question. Prince
Sure.
Royce o Romeo Santos?
Ay, papá.
¿Cuál fue la pregunta?
Prince Royce o Romeo Santos?
Eso no se dice, loco.
Está fuerte, esa es así.
Yo estoy aquí de que haciéndome loco, como que yo no sé la respuesta.
Sí.
Mira, mucho respeto para Prince Royce. I'm a super fan of Prince Royce. I love Prince Royce. I'm gonna go with the king though, 100%.
So nasty.
I would like for you to sing this cover right here. Starts like this. Me contaron que extrañas mis cariños. You know how to play that one?
Okay.
Vamos al flow.
Me contaron que extrañas mis caricias, mi amor bonito y que preguntas por mí. Yo sabía que no era fácil olvidarme, porque fui bueno y te brindé todo a ti. Por tu padre cometiste algo ignorante, no valoraste el amor que te di. There you go.
Un aplauso, Bryan Sensation. Gracias por estar aquí. Latino Mixx Radio. Mucha música nueva. Enseguida. Y el crecimiento de bachata. You already know that.
Síganme, Bryan Sensation en Instagram, que los seguidores están un chin flojo porque creé una cuenta nueva. Así que síganme. Y muchas gracias por la oportunidad. Y a Latino Mixx, thank you.
Que viva la bachata y mi República Dominicana.
Yo, preséntame el tema nuevo tuyo.
No tendrás mi atención, ya lo sabes, no tendrás mi atención porque me harté de tanto rogarte, abusadora. Dice así.
Baja nuestra app Latino Mixx de tu mercado favorito y mantén la sintonía donde quiera que estés.